Another big red flag we see, and boy, do we see this, is ill-defined rhetoric. And this is really a catch-all for the grind culture of it all, right? We'll call it a holdover from the 90s and early aughts that have made their way into our value statements and our handbooks, where it's a bunch of words that don't mean anything. And we are now working with generations of young people who are willing to call BS on some of this and say, what does this mean to you? Someone define it for me, please. We're talking about grit and everyone must be exceptional here. And we want this team to be all in, and you have to have an entrepreneurial spirit. And respect is one of our primary values, and we do whatever it takes. Folks are resisting these ideas and these words en masse. And I will raise my hand as an elder millennial who has said some of these words with a straight face before, right? Entrepreneurial spirit. We now have younger folks saying, I don't own this company. You can entrepreneur yourself out the door. I'm not the company owner. So we definitely have seen a transition, evolution away from these sort of hollow, rah, grind culture words. And we see a lot of them in handbooks and in company values. Doesn't mean you can't use them. So this is one thing we always tell our clients. Use them if you are really attached to these words. Define them. Say, what does this mean at this organization? We have an activity that we do sometimes in Nova workshops when we're talking about dominant narratives and these kinds of things. We'll unpack more later. We have folks get into small groups, and we have one group. We give them the motto at Acme Co. Everyone is committed to success. Everyone is committed to success. And at Acme Co., we respect everyone. And then at Acme Co., we do what's best for our clients. And then we ask them to define those values, right? And these are a little bit more hollow than we see, but not by much than what we see in a lot of the handbooks and things that we look at. And what they come to find is that those words do hold meaning for people. They just don't mean the same thing to all people. So it's not to say that the words are inherently hollow, but you do have to define them. And if at your company, entrepreneurial means we need you to make money and wear a million hats and pretend like you own this company, even though we don't pay you like you own this company, you got to figure out a way to say that, because people know that that's what it actually means. If it means something else, like we're going to give you stock options and you're going to get cut in on this part, like it could mean other things. You have to define it. Even respect, we do not define respect the same way. People do not want to be all in the same way. What does that mean? What does that look like? Why do we require exceptional, right? When are we allowed to be human? When are we allowed to have a good day and not the best day? So these kinds of things are red flags to employees, and especially employees of some of these younger generations, though certainly not exclusively. They're red flags to them as they look at this, and it's just doing a disservice to your organization, because these might mean something to you that you're just not saying, and we just need to define it if those are things that you want to be said.
Or basically those words like respect that's in every employee handbook, or these just basic words, looks like a copy paste. Yeah. Taking it a step further and defining it makes it seem like your organization has really put some thought into it, and that'll speak volumes to your new employees coming in and existing ones as well.
Absolutely. And be prepared that if some of these words are what you mean, that you do want folks to be behaving in those ways. Again, that grind culture, give it your all, do your best every day is definitely being questioned more and more. So it could be that your organization is going to have some trouble as the younger generations, again, not exclusively, but as folks that are more resistant to these narratives start to come in, you're going to continue to get questioned on this idea of, why would I have to show up with my all to a job every day? Like, that is unreasonable. So those conversations are going to keep happening, especially if we're signaling with words like these.